His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj. And also we have many Prabhupada disciples. Balabhadra Prabhu, please raise your hand. Yes. Daiva Prabhu from Hawaii. So they are also here. Please give a big round of applause to them. So we are very honored and fortunate to have the association of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj and also Bhakti Raghav Maharaj. So the time is scheduled like that. 6:30 to 7:30 Maharaj is going to speak, and 7:30 to 8:30 His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami is going to speak, and we'll have a silent arati, and after that prasadam will be served. So just wanted to know, most of you know Maharaj very well, so I don't need to introduce, but those who do not know, and we have many online viewers, at least 5,000 plus always have a hit rate in our website. So in order to educate them also, I just like to say a few introductions about His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj. So Maharaj is born in Bengal and he studied in Calcutta, and in 1976 Maharaj joined the ISKCON movement, and he got like his initiation, both first, second and sannyas initiation in 3 months of time. And also his contributions, I will just give. He is currently the chairman of ISKCON GBC Executive Committee.
Last year.
Last year. Okay, last year.
My term is over now.
Okay. But still Maharaj has been serving to GBC as well as ISKCON in many different capacity. You have heard about the Abhay Charan, right? Have you watched the movie? Yes. So it has been also telecast in India several times. And Maharaj also translated all the more than 65 volumes of books of Prabhupada in Bengali, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. All the Bengalis one Maharaj translated by the instruction of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And also in 2004, by the invitation of the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Maharaj has built a very gorgeous temple in Ujjain. It's very nice. Those who have not visited, Maharaj gave me last time invitations to visit that. So if you are nearby, please definitely make your plan. And also in 2013, Maharaj began development of a new ISKCON temple in Panihati, which is also in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, an important place. And last but not the least, Maharaj has been also served in the Ortho Forum and preaching in United Kingdom and Seattle. He is also currently the General Secretary GVC and many other engagement, and currently he is giving more time in East Coast as well as here. So please give a big Hari Bol to Maharaj to begin. Hari Bol. Thank you. Thank you very much. So please listen to Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Needless to say, I'm very happy to be here. Actually, I was not intending to come now. I was actually thinking of coming later on in summer. But this program on cow protection seminar or convention actually brought me here. Okay. Thank you so much. Give this one to, okay, Balimardan Prabhu. Hare Krishna, thank you. And I'm very happy to be here. And also, one of my godbrothers' arrival hasn't been announced. That's Udayananda Prabhu. He also came. He's a very... senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He lives quite close by, actually, near Sacramento, in El Dorado Hills. And so Udayananda Prabhu also came to sort of give us his association. Vaikuntha Prabhu, your name is? Your name is? Right, yeah. Seeing after such a long time. You live here? San Francisco, wonderful. And another godbrother is here, a very dear Vaikuntha Prabhu. I'm seeing after such a long time. So nice to see you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. And needless to say, I'm very happy to meet all of you here today. It was a very beautiful experience last night in Harinam. I was actually seeing that it's such a beautiful location, such an important location, and we have the opportunity to just take over the whole place, have a sitting down kirtan, and all those tables and chairs are there to distribute for the devotees and others to take prasad. Wonderful. So, I was asking Balimardhan Prabhu on what should I speak on. So he said, since this is a Purushottam month, we should speak on Purushottam month. At least something. And I was thinking, my God, I didn't prepare myself. He got me on the spot. Anyway, so Purushottam. What is the meaning of Purushottam? Purusha means the personality. And Uttam means the best. Who is the best of the personalities? Krishna. So Purushottam is the name of Krishna. Now you see, in Vedic culture, everything is a personality. The material world is the world of matter. Matter means no consciousness. But the spiritual world is a world of consciousness. Now where does consciousness come from? Does consciousness come from inert object? Or consciousness comes from living entities? Right? Does consciousness come from inert objects? Does this have consciousness? Does this have consciousness? Do you have consciousness? Do I have consciousness? Why? Because we are personalities. Wherever there is consciousness, there is personality. Now the spiritual world is a world of consciousness, isn't it? Chit Jagat. Another name for the spiritual world is Chit Jagat. Chit means consciousness and Jagat means world. The spiritual world is the world of consciousness. So there everything is conscious. Like, will it sound strange if we say in the spiritual world the pillows are conscious? Yeah, in spiritual world even the pillows are conscious. And you know what the pillows do? Sometimes the pillow thinks, I'm always on Krishna's head. I never get a chance to serve Krishna's lotus feet. So the pillow moves to Krishna's lotus feet. And the responsibility for arranging Krishna's bed is on Vishakha Devi. So when Lalita Devi came and saw the pillow, instead of being towards Krishna's head, is towards Krishna's feet, she got very upset with Vishakha Devi. She started to chastise. What happened? Did you space out? Instead of putting the pillow on the head, you put the pillow on his feet. And then finally she got to know it was not Vishakha Devi's mistake, but it was Mr. Pillow's own doing. So this is how in the spiritual world, everything is conscious. The land is conscious, the rivers are conscious, what to speak of trees and plants. And in the consciousness they respond to Krishna. When Krishna puts his step on the land, on the earth begins to dance. Oh, I got the touch of Krishna's lotus feet. When Krishna goes to Jamuna to bathe, all the waves rush towards Krishna to embrace him. So this is how, in the spiritual world, they respond. They are all conscious entities. So in the spiritual context, even the months are conscious. The months are not a creation of this world. The months are from the spiritual world also. Now, according to Vedic calculation, although there are 12 months, but there is another extended month, extra month. And so that extra month, can you imagine? Like out of 12, another extra one came. So she was an unwanted entity, right? Like she was not in the family, so to say. So she was an extra month. And that's why this month actually initially got the name Mal Mash. Mal means dirty. The dirty month. And so you can well imagine when one is treated like that, how that personality feels. So she was crying and crying. See, everyone treats me so badly. I'm not at all wanted. I am treated as a dirt, like stool. Another name of mal means stool. Just stool is a waste product. This was a wasted month of all months. And so she was crying, and when he was crying, he was calling out to Krishna, crying, why did you make me? You created me, but you see, my existence is totally undesirable, totally unwanted. So now who is Krishna? Krishna is all merciful. Especially when one is hurt, when one feels bad, then Krishna becomes extra merciful to him or her. So Krishna asked, what happened? And he started to tell, poured out all his woes, all his grievances, all his agony out to Krishna. Then Krishna said, okay, from now on, you will have a different name. You will not be treated as unwanted waste product. You will be treated as the best of the personality. And I am giving you my name, Purushottam. Only that? No. Krishna says people thought that they were, you are unwanted, you are undesirable. Anyone who renders devotional service, anyone who executes some spiritual activity in this month of yours, they'll get an unlimited benefit out of that. They'll multiply by unlimited extent. So in this way, Krishna blessed this month. So now, you got to know what to do. Just, what's the best business? Least involvement and highest profit. Isn't it? So by just doing something for Krishna, you get so much benefit. So what to speak of if you do so much for Krishna in this month. So this is how Krishna will bless you. So that is why this month is known as Purushottam month, and especially to the Vaishnavas, this month bears such a wonderful significance. And please take full advantage of this benefit. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. I wish I could prepare the class and say something more. But so anyway, the bottom line of all our presentation, the basic purpose and main objective of all our presentation is to remind everybody about the importance of Krishna consciousness. I remember last time I was here, I also mentioned how devotion to Krishna is the highest spiritual activity. Do you remember? So, anyway, I can probably start from there. I was actually reflecting on, like my last visit here, and then I was thinking about this class. Anyway, in that class, basically what I actually pointed out, the Vedic wisdom, what is the essence of the Vedic wisdom? We know from Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Vedaishcha sarvair ahameva vedya. In the whole entire Vedas, what is to be understood? What is the purpose of the Vedas? To understand Krishna. Vedaishcha sarvair. In all the Vedas, aham eva vedya. I am to be understood. So the purpose of the Vedas is to reveal the identity of Krishna. And not just reveal the identity of Krishna, but also to enable us to become situated in that relationship. So that is what also Vedas are pointing out. Vedanta krit, Vedavid eva chaham. Krishna is the creator, Vedanta krit. He is the creator of the Vedas. Vedantas. And Vedavid, he is also the knower of the Vedas. So, Vedas are dealing with perfect spiritual knowledge to a complete extent. Vedas are all encompassing. Vedas are presenting every single branch of knowledge and wisdom. And this wisdom has been categorized in 3 sections. The first aspect is Karma-kanda section of the Vedas. Then the next phase is Jnana-kanda section of the Vedas. And then finally, it is Vedanta, the end of the Vedas. And what is the end of the Vedas? The end of the Vedas is very difficult to understand. Therefore, Vasudev, who is the compiler of the Vedanta, he actually elaborated the Vedanta. And that is, what is the natural commentary of Vedanta? How many of you know? Srimad-Bhagavatam. Srimad-Bhagavatam is the natural commentary of the Vedanta Sutra. In Srimad-Bhagavatam, towards the beginning of Srimad-Bhagavatam, that has been very beautifully explained in the first canto, 4th chapter. How Vasudev, after simplifying the Vedas, dividing first in 4 sections, Rik, Sham, Jaju, Atharva, and then giving the supplementary of the Vedas, like Upanishads, Puran, Mahabharata, and then finally he gave Vedanta, the cream of the Vedas. But still he was discontent. He was feeling that the job hasn't been properly accomplished. So when he was feeling this dissatisfaction, discontentment, sitting on the bank of Saraswati river, at that time Narad Muni came. And what did Narad Muni tell him? Vas, you have done so much, but the thing is, you have not glorified the Supreme Personality of Godhead in a perfect way. You have done that, but you haven't, for common people to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for common people of this age of Kali, who are basically, do you know the qualifications of the living entities of the age of Kali? Prayanalpaisha Srabhya Kalavashmin Juge Jana. How they are in the age of Kali, Juge Jana, the people in the age of Kali? Manda, lazy. Sumanda Matayo, their mentality is extremely crooked. Sumanda Matayo. Manda Bhagya. Bhagya means fortune, and Manda means extremely bad. So their fortune is extremely bad. They're most unfortunate. And Upadruta. Upadruta means? Right, very good. Always disturbed, always attacked by natural calamities. Nature and the demigods are attacking them, are creating disturbance for them. So now consider the living entities of the age of Kali. So how hopeless their situation. Therefore Krishna decided to create some hope for these. Hope for us who are endowed with so many wonderful qualities. So that's why Vasudev actually was instructed by Narad Muni to give direct glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and establishing the process of developing a relationship with Him and how to become engaged in that loving relationship. And that is Srimad-Bhagavatam. So we can see the ultimately what came out of the Vedic wisdom. The ultimate development of the Vedas is Srimad-Bhagavatam. And what is the meaning of the word Bhagavatam? The word is coming from, in Sanskrit, every word is derived from some root. The Bhagavatam, Bhagavat, is derived from the root Bhagavan. Bhagavan. Who is Bhagavan? Krishna. And Bhagavatam means about the Supreme Personality of Godhead or Bhagavan. About the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Revealing His identity, revealing His activities. Everything about the Supreme Personality of Godhead has been revealed in Srimad-Bhagavatam. Now that way, Bhagavatam also has 10 aspects. Bhagavatam is not directly glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but preparing us gradually to come to that point. What is the first aspect of Srimad-Bhagavatam? Sarga means creation. Visarga, secondary creation. Sthanam, planetary systems in this creation, in the universe. Poshanam, how everything is being maintained by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Utaya, the tendency to create, tendency to procreate. Manvantar, how different phases in a day of Brahma led by different manus, 14 manus. How they reign. Actually, it's kind of how the shifts change with every manu. Manu is like the in a factory, there is a foreman. Foreman. The foreman is the group leader. And under the foreman, there are different operators and different. So when the shifts change, the foreman changes. And along with a new shift comes. So similarly, with Manu, different new shifts come. And what are the changes? In every Manu's reign, the demigods change. Like Indra, Chandra, Varun, all these Pavan, all these demigods change. The post remains there, but the personalities change. Like who is Indra in this Manvantar? Purandar is the Indra. Indra is the position, the head of the demigods. But different personalities come to acquire that position. You know who will become the next Indra? Bali Maharaj. So similarly, all the different personalities, different demigods will change. The rishis will change. There are 7 rishis, saptarshis, principal 7 rishis. They will change. So, this description is there in Srimad-Bhagavatam. Manvantar. Ishanu Katha, the description of the Lord's incarnations. How the Lord appears in different incarnations and performs various wonderful activities for the benefit of this universe. Ishanu Katha. Manvantar, Ishanu Katha. Then Mukti, liberation. Nirodha, cessation of material existence. And Ashraya, the ultimate conclusion or Samambonam. So these are the 10 aspects of Srimad-Bhagavatam or Mahapuran. Bhagavatam only has all these 10 aspects fulfilled. So this is how we can see that understanding of Krishna is in totality. Starting from creation, dealing with different aspects of this involvement in this material nature. So anyway, Bhagavatam is the ultimate conclusion. But as I was saying, the first aspect is Karma-kanda. Karma-kanda section of the Vedas are giving the direction how one should act. when you are at a certain place, isn't it important to know how to act? So they're giving the directions. Must act in this way. So, and when you follow the rules, then everything is wonderful. But when you break the law, then you suffer. So the point is, this Karma-kanda section of the Vedas are giving directions how to act. And why do we want to act? How do we want to act? Because we want to enjoy. We want to be happy. Now, what causes us happiness? When does one become happy? Did you ever consider? When one becomes happy? Yes, but happiness is fulfillment of desire. Right? When your desire is fulfilled, you are happy. When your desire is not fulfilled, how do you feel? You feel miserable, you feel unhappy. So Vedas are giving you directions how to fulfill your desires. Tell me what's your desire. Therefore Vedas have been compared to a kalpa vriksha. Do you remember? Nigama kalpa tarur galitang. Nigam means the Vedas. Galitang phalam. Vedas have been compared to a desire tree. The desire tree can, just as a desire tree can fulfill all desires, Vedas can fulfill all of your desires. Like for example, do you remember in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a young boy, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was young, he used to take bath in the Ganges. And he used to see that the young girls are, after taking bath in the Ganges, they're worshipping. Who they're worshipping? Lord Shiva and Ganga, Durga. Okay, why does a young girl worship Lord Shiva? Okay. Well, many of you will suffer if you get a husband like Lord Shiva. Do you want to have a husband who doesn't have a home? Who doesn't have any income? Who lives in the crematorium? Only Parvati can handle a husband like that. But generally, the purpose of worshipping Lord Shiva and also Durga. Do you remember gopis were worshipping Durga Devi, Katyayani? Why? They wanted to have a husband like, they wanted to have Krishna as their husband. So generally in India, in the Vedic time, the girls used to worship Lord Shiva and Durga to get a good husband. How did they find out? Karma-kanda section of the Vedas. You want to have a good husband? Worship Durga, worship Shiva. You want to get a lot of money? I'm sure everybody wants to. What should he do? Udayananda Prabhu will tell. Well, if you worship Srimati Radharani, you'll be in trouble. Radharan, yeah, actually Lakshmi Devi. Worshipping, because if you worship Radharani, she'll only give you devotion to Krishna. She won't give you any money. Rather, she will inspire Krishna to steal all your money. Do you remember that verse that Prabhupada often used to mention? Jasyaham anugrinhami harishe tad dhanam shanai. Upon whom I bestow my special mercy, very quickly I take away all his opulences. Why? Because Krishna eventually wants that you become totally surrendered unto him. If you have a lot of money, then you don't surrender upon anyone. You think that you can control the whole universe with your money. With your money you can get everything and you can do everything. Anyway, but one thing is also there, that unless and until you are qualified, Krishna won't do that. Like if you are going to cry that your money has been taken away, then Krishna will say, okay. It's not the time for you. It's not my time to approach you and take things away from you. So what do you want? Until you have attachment or attraction for dhanam, janam, sundarim, Krishna will say, take it, take it, take it. But when you get totally fried with dhanam, janam and sundarim, then Krishna says, okay, now you are ready. So it is a natural development. Sometimes people have a misconception that, oh, if you become a devotee, then Krishna will take everything away from you. No. On the other hand, we see that when one becomes a devotee, he becomes very opulent. Most of them. Very opulent. Especially in India, we see that people join ISKCON, devotees join ISKCON, and they get so much prosperity. Their life becomes so full of prosperity. And then when they get an opportunity to come to America, wow, that is the... So, anyway, so it's not that Krishna will take everything away from you. But when you become qualified, then Krishna will take everything away from you. And then you voluntarily give everything up. Don't you, as a devotee, don't you want to become a sannyasi? I don't know now, but nowadays. But when Prabhupada was here, Udayananda Prabhu, what was the Vaikuntha Prabhu? What was the ambition of the devotees? Become a sannyasi. Once somebody cursed me. I curse you that you'll get married. And I tell you, I was devastated. So I went to Srila Prabhupada and told him, Prabhupada, he cursed me that I'll get married. Prabhupada very coolly said, you're already married. You're married to Krishna. So this is how generally, as long as one is in the material nature, his natural tendency will be to enjoy. Everyone wants to enjoy, doesn't it? Doesn't one? So the Karma-kanda section is saying, okay, you want to enjoy? These are the prescriptions, how to enjoy. And then you enjoy and enjoy and enjoy unlimitedly. First you thought a poor man wants to be a rich man. And does it stop there? No, a rich man wants to be a king. And then, does the king feel satisfied? A king wants to become a monarch. And then, the king says, oh, this earth planet is not enough. I want to become Indra, the king of the heavenly planet. Is it an impossible desire? No. Vedas said, fine, become Indra. perform these activities and he'll become Indra. So in this way, Vedas are providing unlimited opportunities to enjoy. But then, ultimately, what an intelligent person realizes, that I'm trying to enjoy so much, but I'm still not satisfied. So then what will he want to do? He'll try to find out that I want enjoyment, I do not want suffering, but why does suffering come? Why does suffering come? So he questions, why does suffering come? So that takes him to the level of Karma-kanda. And when he approaches properly in that direction, what he finds out? What does he find out? He finds out that this place is a place of suffering. And not only that, this body is a wonderful instrument for receiving pain. Are you surprised to hear that? This body, my body, is an instrument for receiving pain. What's Maharaj speaking about? He must be in Maya. But yes, this branch of philosophy called Nyaya is pointing that out. Take any part of your body. Any part of your body. Did you select any part? Okay, I'll select for you. Your earlobe? You don't even see that, you don't even know that it exists. Only when you touch it you realize. Otherwise it doesn't have any significance. Now consider in how many ways you can give pain to this earlobe. Should I start off? Take a needle, pinch it. What will you get? Okay. Take a knife, cut it. Take fire, burn it. In so many ways you can give pain to this earlobe. Now you consider in how many ways you can give pleasure to this earlobe. Did you find any? Udayananda Prabhu is sincerely trying to find out. And mind you, this principle actually applies to every single part of our body. Every single part of our body. Take your finger, take your leg, take your mouth, take your tongue, take your head. Won't it apply? Thousands of ways to inflict pain, but there is no way to receive. There is some ways you can receive some pleasure, but it's practically irrelevant. So now what does this apply? Does it prove that this body is a wonderful instrument to receive pain? So you are in a place of suffering with a body to receive pain. What can you expect? When you realize that, then what do you want to do? You want to get out of here. So that desire or endeavor to get out of this world is called mukti. The Karma-kanda section gives or leads to bhukti, enjoyment, bhoga. The bhukti comes from the word bhoga, to enjoy. Bhukti. Karma-kanda leads to mukti, liberation. And there are different ways of doing that. Karma-kanda is giving that. So how to become liberated? And it's gradually taking from one level to another, and ultimately is bringing you to the point of liberation. Yes, you are liberated. But then the question is, after liberation, what? You become liberated. For example, a prisoner has become freed from the prison. Is that the ultimate achievement? To become free from the prison? Or when he comes out of the prison, he'll have to think of some way to maintain himself. Right? Like so many people, those who are not in the prison, did all the problems of the life get solved? No, they have to get a job, they have to earn their living, and so on and so forth. So a prisoner may think that the liberation or getting out of the prison is the ultimate goal, but when he comes out of the prison, then he has to become engaged. Now here is also another consideration. There are two ways you can get out of the prison. One is that nowadays in the movies you can always see that, often see that, how one escapes from the prison, right? Digging a tunnel, comes out of the prison, or sometimes the helicopter goes and then the rope comes down and they climb the rope and escape the prison. Now they may get out of the prison this way, but what will happen? What will natural consequence? The police will be after them. Their life will become miserable actually. They have to always hide. Sometimes they have to hide in the jungle, where there is no food to eat, no place to sleep. At least when they were in the prison, there was some supply of food and there was some shelter. But now, they don't even have any regular supply of food and regular place to sleep. So that is not the right way to become. That's not the right way to get out of the prison. What is the right way to get out of the prison? Okay. What will an intelligent person do? He'll find out what's the cause of his imprisonment. Why I am in the prison? What did I do? And he realizes, oh, I did this thing wrong, that thing wrong. Oh, I'm so sorry I did that. So he writes to the king, I'm so sorry that I have committed all those crimes. I broke your law. So please forgive me. And then, when the king receives that news, receives that appeal, what does the king do? King may not immediately release him, but the king reports to the prison authorities that I have received this appeal. So please watch him, how he is doing. And then the prison authorities see, oh yeah, he is actually acting in a nice way. So what then the prison authorities do? Prison authorities start to give him various facilities. And getting all those facilities and realizing the way that he committed his mistake and tried to rectify it, what he does, he tells other prisoners also. Right? You know, this is what I did and I got this benefit. So why don't you also do it? So meaning, the prisoner starts to preach. Right? And then the prison authorities make him a role model. Tell everybody, like, be like him. And your life will become perfect. And the prison authorities keep on reporting to the king how this person is progressing. And then eventually the king writes to the prison authorities, look, I need some good servant. So it seems that this person is quite good for that service. Send him to me. So from the prison to the palace of the king. So did this analogy ring some bell? I'm sure you all are so intelligent. We are not only talking about the king, we are talking about the King of Kings, Krishna. And this is a prison house. And what is our crime? We did not follow his order, follow his law. We acted independently. We wanted to enjoy without him. Instead of providing for his enjoyment, we are trying to enjoy ourselves. So from now on, I won't do that. I'll just keep on serving him. And the demigods are actually watching, Krishna's agent, even Vishnu Dutas are watching. When you become good boys like that, good boys and good girls like that, then mind you, Vishnu Dutas keep on patrolling. And if you get into any difficulty, Vishnu Dutas immediately come there. Vishnu Dutas will tell the Jamadutas if at all they come. Didn't you learn your lesson from Ajamil? Ajamil just took the name of Narayan accidentally once, and you saw what we did to you all. And now these boys and girls, they are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra all the time. You get the hell out of here. So this is how the Vishnu Dutas will drive away all the unwanted elements and give you all protection. So this is how the devotees are protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And ultimately what happens? See what happens? Apparently it's a prison house. Right? But in a prison house, is everyone a prisoner? No, those who are serving the king are the prisoners, although they are in the prison house. Like just in a prison, there are prison wardens, prison guards, prison employees. Although they are in the prison, they are not prisoners because they are serving the king. So similarly, when you become engaged in serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then you become free. You are not treated as a prisoner anymore. Therefore, liberation is a secondary achievement of devotional service. When one becomes engaged in devotional service, liberation becomes just a bonus, secondary achievement. And when you become engaged in service of the Lord, you become more and more qualified to be elevated to the kingdom of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then finally, the Lord actually takes you back to the spiritual world. He takes you into the spiritual world and allows you to stay with Him. So now you see the gradual succession of the development of the Vedic scriptures or Vedic wisdom. First thing, Vedas are providing you the facilities to enjoy here. How to enjoy. Then, how to get out of this material nature, the place of suffering. And then finally, how to become engaged in loving devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now the final point that I want to make here is that in other ages, one had to go through different phases. Just like, can you go direct, can you get admitted directly to the university? You have to go through different levels of schools, then college, and then finally go to university. You have to gradually be elevated. So that was the general condition. Like gradually you elevate. enjoyment, liberation, devotional service. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most merciful appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, seeing our condition. As we discussed beforehand, is our condition very exalted, very qualified? Our position is totally hopeless. Right? So seeing our hopeless condition, Anarpita charing chirat korunaya avatirna kalo. Very mercifully the Lord has appeared in the age of Kali. And in order to give samarpaitum unnato jalarasang sabhaktishyam, very mercifully He appeared in the age of Kali to bestow, to offer that He has never given before. And what is that? Unnato ujjala rasam. Unnata means exalted. Do you know how many rasas are there? How many mellows are there? I'm sure you know. 5 principal mellows. And out of those 5 principal mellows, which one is most exalted? Madhura ras. So, Unnata ras is Madhura ras. And Ujjvala, Ujjal means brilliant. The most exalted and most brilliant. What is the most brilliant Madhurya relationship? Is in Parokya Ras, Parokya Melo. Madhur Ras are of 2 types, Swakya and Parokya. Swakya Melo is like the relationship between husband and wife. And Parokya is the relationship between a lover and beloved without the consideration of marriage. So that is the highest form of loving relationship. And that is in the spiritual world, that is found in Golok Vrindavan. Krishna's loving dealings with the gopis of Vrindavan. So in order to bestow that loving relationship, Krishna has come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swabhakti, his devotion in that mellow. Jayo jayo jalo rasho, sharbo rasho shar, parokya bhabe jaha, brojete prachar. The way this loving relationship is manifest in Vrindavan, in Parokya Melo, that is the Ujjvala Unnata Rasam Sabhakti Shriyam. Hari Purata Sundara Duti Kadamba Sandipita. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assuming a molten golden complexion, has descended to bestow that mercy upon the living entities. Brahmhara durlabho prem shabakare jache. This loving relationship is rare even for Brahma, even for Shiva. That loving relationship Krishna is giving, without even considering our qualification, whether we are qualified or not. So now you can see the Vedas are taking you gradually to the highest point. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving us directly that is the highest achievement of the Vedas. So consider the good fortune that we have. Krishna, recognizing the need, came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He made it available in this planet. But he did it. He distributed only in some parts of India. When he was here, he inundated the whole of India with this Krishna Prem. But then he made this Krishna Prem disappear from India. In order to glorify a very dear devotee, very dear associate, who came to the West to fulfill the prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that this movement would spread all over the world. Who is that personality? Srila Prabhupada. See the succession? Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave Krishna consciousness but predicted that it would spread all over the world. While he predicted that it would spread all over the world, but he made it disappear even from India. And then he sent Srila Prabhupada to America. And through Srila Prabhupada, what he has done? Spread it all over the world. And although Srila Prabhupada left the planet, but Prabhupada made such a wonderful arrangement that in spite of his absence from this planet, this movement is spreading. Why this movement is spreading? Because of Srila Prabhupada's unique creation of ISKCON. Because ISKCON is there, this movement is spreading. And through ISKCON, this movement will continue to spread until it is fulfilled its ultimate objective. That is every town and village. Every town and village. Mark you, every town and village. The Lord's words are not going to go in vain. That's what's going to happen. So, yes. And now that we all got this wonderful opportunity to become a part of this wonderful arrangement, let's take full advantage of it. Thank you all very much. So I actually have to go now because I have a conference call at 8 o'clock. Bhakti Raghav Maharaj, did he come? Or he's on his way?
He's just a couple of minutes late.
Okay, that's all right. So you can do the kirtan.
So we are going to actually, Purushottam month, we offered the ghee lamp. So I would request, we'll make two arrangements, two sides, and optimize the offering in 10 minutes. So Maharaj will be in 5-10 minutes. So, and then we'll have a silent arti. So Priya Kisari and the devotees are making this arrangement. So please line up and we'll do the kirtan as well as the ghee lamp offering. Okay. Thank you. Please give a applause to Maharaj. Thank you.
Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ke Srila Prabhupada ke
Jai. So we'll make one ladies and one gents line on the side. This side ladies and that side gents. Prabhuji's and Mataji's and Prabhuji's on the other side, and we'll have two sets of things. Prabhuji will chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so please. So the next class will be by Bhakti Raghav Swami in by 7:45. So please try to finish up the offering, ghee lamp offering in 10 minutes. So please be in the line, Prabhuji's line, and Mataji is lying this side.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So is the ghee lamp ready?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.